Hi. So Mrs. Bauer started reading to you yesterday, Harry the Centipede, and today I'm going to read chapter 2. Hope you enjoy it. So chapter 2, Belinda tells a scary story. Harry, as I told you, lives in a hot country, but he didn't know that for a long time because he didn't live on the surface of the earth where the sun shone a lot. He lived in a mass of dark, cool tunnels under the ground. He slept all through the day, but at night he would wake up and run along these lovely earthly tunnels, looking for things to eat. What things? Well, if you must know, worms, slugs, beetles and spiders. All kinds of insects and creepy crawlies that were smaller than him. He would chase after them and bite them, and when the poison from his poison claws had paralysed them, he would crunch them up. Well, crunch them if they were crunchy like beetles, or munch if they were munchy like worms. Belinda, being much more than twice his size, could tackle big things like toads, small snakes, young mice and lizards. But then she could go up to the surface to hunt. Only for a short time though. Centipedes mustn't get too dry or they can't breathe, and it's much easier for them to keep damp underground. If she heard something thumping about on the surface that sounded too good to eat, she'd nip along and up going tunnel, scurry up and to the thumping thing, whatever it was. And then, if it wasn't too big, she would bite with her poisonous pincers and drag it back down the tunnel to share with Harry. Belinda was a very good mother. When Harry and her other babies first came out of their eggs, she'd make something like a little basket to keep them in. She tended them carefully until they were old enough to fend for themselves. All her other children had gone off and left her, as young centipedes usually do, but Harry stayed. He loved her and she loved him, calling him love names like best in my nest and pride of my basket. She was always scared that something might happen to him, so she carefully warned him of any dangers. Of course, he didn't take much notice. He was a big, strong, armoured centi. That's what you call child centipedes. And two fine poison pincer claws who could run faster than anything he'd ever met. What could hurt him? Lots of things, Belinda said firmly. There are many things bigger than you, Harry. When you're grown up and you go along the big, open, no-top world, and you must not do so before, you'll find you're not the biggest thing around, by any means, or even the fastest. She told him about flying things that swooped down and grabbed you, and great-legged belly crawlers bigger than the tunnels the centipedes lived in, the enormous hairy things that huge sharp teeth and hot breath that could run even faster than the fastest centipede. But the most awful of all things, Belinda told him, the biggest and the most terrifying, dangerous, were the humans. Humans. Of course, she pronounced it humans. I've nearly been killed by a human, his mother told him, as he hushed in a hushed tone. Twice. Mama. Oh, yes. Once I couldn't find the food in the tunnels. I had to go up in the bright time. All that bright light muddled me, and I got in too far from the tunnel entrance. I was running back to it when a black shadow fell on me. Well, you don't know about the shadows because you've never been out when this big yellow ball is shining, but it's dark and that falls on you. And when you feel that shadow, you have to run like mad. Why is it heavy? No, it doesn't weigh anything itself, but behind you there is always something. And this something, this time, was a huge, heavy thing that came crashing down, and it just missed me. I just ran out just in time, And although I ran as fast as I could run, this huge, heavy thing kept up with me, and it came crashing down again and again. Harry shuddered. "What happened, Mama?" I zigzagged. I ran like I'd never ran before, and suddenly I saw a tree with some leaves laying under it, and I raced for it and dived under the nearest leaf. But it didn't stop there, and just as well. As I ran under the leaves hunting for a hole, the crashing thing came down just in front of me, and I had to turn and run back into the open. Then I ran in every direction. Thank goodness I found a hole, and I rushed down. It was just as the thing came crashing down. "Oh, Harry, you just can't think how nearly you could have lost your mum at that time." "And that was a human that was chasing you. How do you know?" "Because when I got my breath back, I got nice and damp again, as well as nearly getting squashed. I'd nearly died out. I peeped out of the hole and I saw it walking away. I realised then that the crashing thing was its foot. It only had two, but they were enormous." "How big, Mama?" "As long as me, and then as long as me again. And that's just the foot." She stood in front of him, waving her feelers in a very solemn way. "And now that you're a big Centi, I have something very important and dangerous to show you." Oh, how exciting. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out what happens next. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.